What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you, subscribers, for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we release more videos and when we have the live streams. Thank you to everybody that supports the channel by listening to the commercials we put in the videos. I know sometimes that can be a little irritating. If it is, get YouTube Red. If not, hey, please understand that's how we support the cause that this channel is put in place to support. And thank you to everybody that supports in other ways. Also, please remember we're going to do a super chat challenge with 78 Sports on 78 Sports TV's channel to welcome back to his live stream. Been missing a lot. Trill Boxing Talk has been off the hook. So the individual streams with 78 returning is just going to add to the mix. It's going to be wonderful boxing conversations on YouTube. Now, speaking of wonderful conversations on YouTube, subject matter here is Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, and a little bit of back and forth that's been going on. Went on as a result of an interview that Bomac did with Trill Boxing Talk. Shout out to Black Fight Fan TV and 78 Sports TV on their collaboration and their super chat and their live stream that had Brian McIntyre, the trainer of Errol Spence, on there. And Errol, and he said, I loved the stream, man. And this is coming from somebody who is a big fan of Errol Spence Jr. I'm a big fan of Errol Spence Jr. I ride with Errol Spence Jr. Same thing, Terence Crawford. I'm a big fan of Terence Crawford. And they were fighting in different weight classes. One came along a little later than the other. And, until the two started getting in the conversation, coming to a point where they might have to face each other, I was like, hey, man, it's all good. But I could see coming up that, okay, this is going to be a clash here because they have the same demographic of fans. They have the same fan base. Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford have the same fan base. Some people might be might like Terence Crawford more than they like Errol Spence Jr. And some people might like Errol Spence Jr. more than they like Terence Crawford. There are a few people out there that like Terence Crawford but don't like Errol Spence, and some people that like Errol Spence that don't like Terence Crawford. But those are few and far between. Most of us are big fans of both of them because they're Black American fighters, and they're highly, highly talented fighters. And quite honestly, they're both fighters that have had gotten the screw put to him a little bit, man. Number Errol Spence because these guys won't fight him. And number two, Terence Crawford because he's over there at Top Rank. And until Top Rank got bought or leased for 8 years by ESPN, he wasn't, he's the best fighter over there easy. And they trying to give credit to everybody and their mama over him. Right? So they're both two dudes who are in the same boat. Right? But they're now on a collision path because they both want the same thing. Errol Spence wants to be the unified welterweight champion of the world. Terence Crawford wants to be the unified welterweight champion of the world. And that's a good goal for both of them, and it's a good thing for boxing fans to want because at the end of the day, I want to know, you might not want to know, but I want to know who the best at 147 is. I think it's Errol Spence. I know who the best 140 was. That was Terence Crawford. Can Terence Crawford be the best 147? We'll see. Hopefully we'll see. And the question is, will we see? But that's what I'm interested in. And with those two guys, that's the only thing that needs to be talked about, in my opinion, is are they going to fight? I'm with my man's J-Dog. Shout out to my guy J-Dog, subscriber to the channel. He's in the live streams all the time, just lighten us up with the consistency. Look, I want to see the fight. No excuses. When's it going to happen? Terence Crawford is a WBO champion. Errol Spence Jr. is the IBF champion. I want to see the fight happen. I don't care about him fighting Benavidez, right? Just on it. And I'm looking like, hey, man, dang. When somebody's on it and the same message over and over, you can't escape that because that's the point. But something happened in this after this interview. In the interview, a side point. It's a side point. Bomac just talking, having fun, cracking jokes, man. The dude's cracking jokes. And the subject was, why did you sign the ESPN deal? And of course, he says, now this is somebody who's coming into the Lion's Den, right? Who's who knows the guy that is on the channel, is a big time supporter of Errol Spence Jr. He's going into, this is Terence Crawford's trainer coming into an environment that is heavily pro Errol Spence Jr. Right? This is Black Fight Fan TV's channel. This is a Texas channel. This channel is getting aired out of Dallas, where Errol Spence Jr. is from. And he comes on there and he says his basic thing was, look, man, we getting paid. Ain't nobody getting paid like we getting paid. We got this. They got the money. When ESPN, their thing is they're trying to get subscribers. And since they're trying to get subscribers, that's what motivates them. And if they want to try to get these subscribers, they're going to pay the money they got to pay. They got an unlimited budget. Right now, nobody really has an unlimited budget, but his point was they got a whole lot of money. And that's true, because they make a whole lot of money. They're owned by, I think ESPN's owned by Disney. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the biggest, it's one of the biggest media, it's one of the biggest companies in the world, media-related companies in the world. Somebody I'm sure in the comment section can tell me, but that's what that is. And he's explaining it. And I'm like, okay, it's the money. And when he's talking about the money, he says, look, man, he implies, or I inferred. He didn't even imply. He said affirmatively he couldn't tell people what the money was. But I'm inferring from what he said that he got guaranteed money. Guaranteed money, which means he gets paid whether he fights or not, who he fights or not. He's get a certain salary for several years. He knows at the end of 3 years exactly how much money he's going to make. And he said that Errol Spence Jr. being his own promoter and setting up and going fight to fight was basically living check to check. Now, what he meant was you're getting paid fight for fight. If you get paid on this fight, then you negotiate the next fight. Then you negotiate the next fight. Right? He's not literally saying you don't have enough money to feed yourself between now and the next time you get paid. That's not what he intended to communicate. And it was obvious that wasn't what he intended to communicate. He didn't mean he said that's like you living check to check. So when it was brought to Errol Spence Jr. that they said you're living check to check, that's not what he meant. That's not what he was explaining. That was way out of context. And it was like, how's Errol Spence Jr. supposed to take that? Like, what do you mean this fool? He would obviously think Bomac is a fool for saying that. I'm living check to check. I ain't living check to check. You kidding me? I got millions. How is that check to check? I could live off the check I got 3 fights ago. So Errol Spence Jr. starts saying, hey, dude, look, let's see what you take home, what I take home and what you take home. Right? So the whole conversation is, if you look at the structure of what they're saying without even knowing what their deals are. He's saying, man, I get more money because Errol Spence Jr. saying I'm making more money because I don't have promotional fees coming out. I don't have these other things coming out. I don't have to pay. They're not all these hands in my pocket. That's why I like my deal. I like my deal because there's not a bunch of hands in my pocket. And at the end of the day, man, I'll look at how much money I made at the end of this year and how much I took home, and let me see how much you take home. Right? So now you got them arguing about who makes the most money. Both of them are millionaires. Both of them are great fighters. Both of them are welterweight champions. Both of those dudes they're serious about their sport. You have Bomac saying something like, oh, I heard that you guys are walking around at 200 pounds. Errol Spence is saying, I'm looking at Errol Spence. Errol Spence don't look like he's walking around 200 pounds. Errol Spence, but that's whatever. He's saying, oh, I doubt his what he's doing outside the ring, right? Versus what you're doing in the ring. Is he being disciplined? Is he being just trying to call into question the things that he sees with Errol Spence? And Errol Spence is saying the other thing. I guarantee you, Derrick James, if he's not saying it, saying this, you too little. You too little and we're gonna hurt you. You think this is Jeff Horn. This ain't Jeff Horn. It don't matter what I'm walking. I'm away 147 fight night, baby. I'm away 147 fight night. And I'm gonna be full strength in 157 the day at the next day weigh-in. And when I get to the ring, I'm gonna be too big. I'm gonna maul you. I'm gonna beat the piss out you. That's what he would say if he's being honest. I know that's what they think, because you can hear Blu-ray say that. He's like, look, man, no, this dude is working out. This dude dead serious. He doesn't get out of shape. He's not getting out of shape. But that's the boxing of it. And that's good conversations to have, I guess. But the most important thing about it is, look, Terence Crawford Trainer came on Black Fight Fan TV's channel, talked about the fact that they wanted to fight Errol Spence Jr. in 2019. They see that happen at the end of 2019. Okay, that's the relevant nugget I got out of that whole thing. He said he would fight him in 2019. Errol Spence Jr., are you looking to fight him in 2019? Errol Spence Jr.'s answer could be, look, if I get these dudes, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia, I'm going to try to beat them up. If that's not who it is, then whoever it is gets in front of me, I'm going to try to beat them up. I want to unify these belts. I want to fight champions. So that's what he's talking about. He's talking about unifying belts. Terence Crawford said he's trying to unify belts. We already know Terence Crawford wants to unify belts. He already unified all the belts at 140. So anyway, man, I don't want to belabor the conversation, but this situation with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford is going to be a difficult thing to do, because you're going to have passionate opinions on both sides. But there is a scenario in boxing where you really do have two great champions that come together and make a great fight. And this is the perfect storm for that to happen, as long as the other champions participate in it. So same thing could be held true. If Danny Garcia wins this fight or Sean Porter wins this fight, don't go running off trying to fight Ugas. Don't go try the WBC. I got 2 mandatories, and then maybe, I'm gonna hold on and, and not do the fight, man. Because then you're not giving the fight fans what we want to see. And we don't get to spend Errol Spence's money. If Errol Spence would like to send me a check, I will spend his money. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Beggars can't be choosers. But since he ain't sending me no money, only thing that I can get out of Errol Spence Jr. is seeing Errol Spence Jr. in the ring fighting, man. And so it is what it is, man. But with these guys, we should probably, at least me, man, come on, man. Let's not take not with this circumstance, other circumstances. Hey, man, if somebody's acting a fool, I'm not above twisting your words and slapping you in the head with them. Okay. Because I think you're being dishonest and you're trying to be cute. So if you try to be cute, I might get cute with you, but not in a scenario where you have two guys that are really, at least I believe are really trying to do the best for themselves as competitors and trying to get the best fight made for fight fans and giving fight fans a value for their money. But anyway, thanks for tuning in again. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And remember, we got that 78 Sports TVs on his channel. We're going to be doing that Super Chat Challenge. I got a special guest appearance going to be made and announced soon. We're going to partner up and make this happen, man, and let these people know, man, that we support really good boxing content, and let people know, man, we put our money where our mouth is as far as this boxing media thing goes, man. You know what I mean? You can listen to a lot of people talking a lot of yap, but ain't nobody putting no nickels and dimes on their plate. You know what I mean? Because they not hearing it. They might say that they supporting them, but when it comes down to them, are you really supporting them? How you supporting them? By just, cheering for them when they hating on other people? Or are you putting your money in your mouth with going to that content creator and saying, hey, look, I really appreciate what you do, and I'm going to show everybody else around here that we appreciate what you do, so they know if they want to get some of our money, they need to make fights that we want to see. Anyway, that's the purpose of that. And with that, I'm out. Peace.